Yes or no? Have the last 4 weeks been the toughest of your career?
No. Ooh. No.
Yes or no? Have the last 3 games been the best in your career?
As a manager? Yes.
September the 28th, 2016. Can you remember why the day was significant?
Well, judging by the date, I guess was the day that that I learned I was going to take the Malta game as caretaker manager.
In a word, what was the overriding emotion?
To provide stability.
Yes or no? At that point, did you think, I want this job full time?
No, but I did 10 days later.
How would you define your relationship with the England manager's job?
I think I appreciate the history and the responsibility of it.
And what it demands?
Yeah, I knew that before. I know it more intimately now.
Do you like it more or do you like it less?
Well, I wasn't certain I ever wanted to do it. I'm really pleased I have.
If you could break it down in a few sentences, what was the achievement of World Cup 2018?
I think to rebuild credibility on the world stage for English football.
What was the bigger picture achievement of Euro 2020?
Yeah, I guess another milestone cracked. You know, first final for 50 plus years. So another step in building belief in the team and building confidence across English football at all levels.
Through COVID, through Euro 2020, England became a lightning rod for non-football issues. Was that always easy?
No. But it was worthwhile.
Because?
Because some things are more important than football.
It took you into a space maybe no England manager's ever been before.
Yeah, but I represent, firstly, my players, and secondly, my values.
This is a quote from The Dark Knight. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah, maybe both things could happen.
Aren't you in a place now where you've rewritten that?
I'm in a place where whatever happens on Sunday might define me for others, but won't define me for myself.
How do you reflect now on the criticism of this team?
That's part and parcel of playing for England. We're in an extreme environment with high expectations, and what's pleased me is the way that we've navigated it as a group, players, staff. Yeah, we could have easily taken a different path and been home a long time ago.
You said, the penalty miss at Euro 96 gave me the freedom to know I'd lived through the most difficult professional experience I could live through. Would losing to Slovakia have been worse?
No, because I was 53 then, and I've got less worried about things that go wrong as I've got older. I think some people maybe get more worried about risk. I've probably had to step in the other direction.
You're still taking risks?
Oh, I think we do, yeah.
You've shown that in this tournament?
I think so.
How close were you to taking Jude Bellingham off in the game against Slovakia?
We've been close in every game because he looks like he's run his race most times I look at him. But you know that he's a player that can produce special moments.
But how close were you? Was it on your sheet?
No. But you're constantly having discussions during the second half on games on, okay, what could we change? How might we tactically change? How might we add new energy, more legs? I couldn't say it was any more definitive than that.
Jude Bellingham doesn't score. England go out. Where does that leave you?
Well, it's irrelevant, really.
But those are the margins.
But that's at any tournament, you know. We lost the final to Italy. You watch the cornerback that we conceded. There's 3 challenges where they get half a nick before us. That is that's the life of a football manager, but particularly the life in international tournaments.
158 games as England manager and player. You're out in front on your own. Right now, are you at your peak as a manager?
No, because I'm 53 and I've only managed 300 games of football. But I feel in good form.
What are you doing now, thanks to that experience around penalties against Switzerland, when you're thinking about substitutions against the Netherlands?
Just thinking clearly. The job of the manager is very wide, but one of the things is to make good decisions.
What are you doing better?
There are a lot of steps if I go back to 2018 compared to now. Even had we gone out in the second round of this tournament, I'd have managed it better than 2018. It's far more complicated, far more to keep on board, to keep on track, far more to deal with. That wouldn't have been reflected in the outcome, but it would have been the reality on my reflections.
Roy of the Rovers, comic book, incredible things happen. You know Roy of the Rovers. Yeah. Is this Roy of the Rovers times 10? What's been happening?
Yeah, well, I think it's a team that I'm hugely proud how they've bonded, gained resilience, grown in mentality. As I said earlier, half of them had never been to a tournament before. A lot of them hadn't spent a huge amount of time together, and seeing them celebrate in the dressing room after the semi-final, to see how tight they've become very quickly, was very, very special.
In the last 6 years, looking through interviews, there's one quality in yourself and the team you've singled out first, constantly, consistently. Any idea what?
Yeah, not sure.
If I say to you, if there's one quality that's defined this team?
Well, I would say resilience.
And that's the word?
Yeah, I think that...
In your career?
Yeah, if you'd said to me when I took the job, would I have been able to survive where it's taken me over 8 years? I wouldn't have been certain. So one of the proudest things is maybe that I've discovered a resilience that maybe even I didn't know I had.
July the 14th, 2024. Has it all been building to this?
Well, ultimately, yes, because this is the opportunity that's in front of us and this is the one we have to take.
Personally, Bukayo Saka said, "Win and we change lives." Do you agree?
Well, you do. Inevitably you do.
Personally, what would it mean?
It would mean I brought happiness to my country. It would mean English football even more credible perhaps than we've made it over the last few years, which is a step from where we were. And yeah, a huge amount for everybody that's been part of this journey. So many good players, so many good staff, some that aren't with us this time, but have been fundamental in us getting to where we are now.
You said before the tournament, if we don't win it, I probably won't be here. Do you still feel that way?
I don't know what to feel at the moment.
Very few get to choose when they leave this job. Win a trophy in your last game, finish at the top. There's a comic book ending.
I like the idea of winning a trophy, that's for sure.